Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for this January roundup. This past January, I picked up more than I typically normally would. It might not look like it, but I do try to stick to a budget every month so I don't exceed a certain amount and just keep things within reason. But this month there were so many beautiful items that came out that this totally broke the budget this month. It would be a dream to be able to pick up everything for you to test it all out. But this way, at least I'm able to kind of narrow it down to products that I think are more usable and things that you would also be interested in. And this month was an amazing month for PR as well. I received so many lovely items that we'll be trying out. If I have not already posted, I will be posting. I'll be posting this look using a lot of the PR items. So for foundations, I picked up the #1 de Chanel. I do continue to test these out in the background, so know that I am using them over and over again, even if you don't see in a video, just to get a handle on the best way to use the product based on my skin type, which is combo skin. Also, if my mom's around, I'll test products on her. She has more dry skin. This worked really well on dry skin. I do have videos of close-ups of all of these products if you want to see swatches and some close-ups of comparisons as well, because I think that's really helpful. But know that those are available if you want to see some really great swatches. We've got here the Dior Forever foundations. I picked up the Forever Skin Glow and the Forever Matte. So I tried on both of these, I think at this point. The Glow is in 3WP, and then this version, the more matte version, is in 3W. I also picked up the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation in 6N, which when I thought I got the wrong shade, I think we actually might be in the right shade range. I wish they had a 6W to try out, but that's okay. I received this. This is not a foundation, but it's something that I'm trying under foundation because it's supposed to help with longevity of foundation. It also looks really lovely on the skin by itself. It's the By Terry Brightening CC Serum, and this is in the shade Apricot Glow. So I've been doing some side-by-sides with it under foundation on one side of my face versus the other. Can't wait to try this with just concealer. I also picked up the Ultra Le Teint Velvet. I am trying to get to all of the Chanel foundations this year so I can really try them out, test them for you, take some notes, make some observations so that we can really figure out which ones work best again for combo skin, and then also give you an indication if you are dry or more oily, maybe what direction to go in as well, because as we talked about earlier, I suspected this would work better on dry skin because for me, it was a little bit too dewy with the skincare and everything, but I tried this since on non-prepped skin. So I went in with this right after I cleaned it, right after I toned, and it worked much better. I also tried it on my mom. She has dry skin. It worked really well. So when I get to the ranking, even though it might not be for dry skin types, I'll be able to get an idea of what will work for dry skin versus oily skin types because I'm right in the middle here. I also picked up the new CLE De Peau not foundation. I also picked up the new CLE De Peau Concealer, and I used their shade matcher, and I put in 040 as my shade match because I'm 030 in the winter, but then 040 in the summer. So 040, they match to 7 Mocha. What I'm really excited about is there is a brightening ingredient in here that will help with hyperpigmentation, and I think that's amazing. So one of the reasons I love CLE De Peau concealers is because they have SPF. So protecting those dark spots from the sun is critical. And now you've got this ingredient in here that will help improve the appearance of those dark spots as well as protect. And so we will get a lot of experience with that before I am able to recommend it or not to you because I do use that daily. Then for powders, I received a couple of powders from By Terry. So these, almost dropped it. I have the Hyaluronic Hydra-Powder, the colorless version of it. And then I also was given this. It's a Hyaluronic Hydra-Powder, and it's fair medium, but there are several different shades in here. So I'm excited because you see that peachiness in there? Really excited about that. So powders can make or break your makeup. As I've said before, all that hard work you did concealing and foundation, I'm really particular about powders. I'm excited for those because a lot of you let me know that you love the By Terry powder products. Now for blushes, one of my favorite things. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blushes, and they're all Chanel. I picked up both of these from the Spring Summer collection. So I've got Peche Rosee, I've got also Brun Roussi, and these are beautiful. I already think I know how I will rank these blushes, but there's a bit of a wild card in here because there's one I was a little bit surprised about, and it's this one. The ones that have the stars in the CC, we can barely see it anymore, but this one in Peche COSMIQUE, I thought this was going to be like a useless product because it was so light, but as it turns out, it's becoming quite an interesting blush to work with, not as a blush, but as a way to soften other blushes. I have it on now. I also have the coral version of it, which I also have on now. So if you saw that video, I was able to apply both of those kind of the way I experimented with them in that initial video. I also did try it with this one, with Brun. This was a little bit trickier blush to work with just because it has so much pigment very quickly. So this softens it up. So the ranking of those will be interesting once I get to that. Oh, also I picked up 2 blushes. I have yet to receive them, but by the time this goes up, they will have come in. So I'm going to insert a close-up here of 03. It's the new Melting Powder Blush, a new formula I'm excited to try. And I also ordered 02. So one is warm and the other one is cool. Eyeshadow palettes, some lovely eyeshadow palettes. I picked up the 747 by Chanel. This is the spring summer. Really quite versatile, and I've been using this more than I thought I would, so I have lots of thoughts on this one. It's really pretty, and I really like this with a little bit of water. I think that really brings out how pretty these shadows are. I also was gifted these by Roen, and it's a new to me brand, but really pretty. So I've got here Gold Lust and 52 degrees. So I have 52 degrees on now. So if you want to see that one in action, make sure to stop by. And I also already filmed something with this one. I've been really excited to try these, so I can't wait for you to see these in action. They've also sent several other things that I'll talk about here in a minute. But we also have the CORAIL palette. This was at the beginning of the month, and I feel a little bit bad. It's a bit neglected because it came right before all of the Chanel was released, and I feel like I've not had a chance to get back to this. Some of you let me know that there's a better color because it's part of the, I can't remember which one it was, but it has 1, 2, 3 maybe of these shades in there, but this one is different. Something's different. I had a suggestion to change this out for another color, which totally made sense. Can't remember what it is now. I'll look back, but I would like to do that because these are interchangeable. And then there's a blush here as well. It was a really pretty look, so I feel bad I haven't had a chance to try this out since everything else started to come in, but it's a lovely one. Then more eyeshadow palettes. Look, I fixed it, and I can hold it like this without it falling apart. So if you saw the vlog, you saw what I did there to that one, but there's still some dust around here. But it's the Dior Pope Line. These two, I picked up Pope Line and Organza. So if you missed any of those videos and I was talking about Organza, why it was so sheer, it totally makes sense. Because organza, the fabric itself, is very sheer. If you've seen it before, you can see right through it, but you can see the beautiful finish on the surface when it just is hit correctly by the light. So this looks very much like an organza finish on the eyes. Know what to expect with that one. And then Pope Line, I really liked. I was disappointed with this, but it seems to be doing just fine in there. And then I picked these up too if you wanted something more bold. These are definitely more bold. These are the Mineral Rose and Coral Glow. So those were a little bit earlier in the month. So for those who think that those other two palettes are too sheer and you want something more bold, then I would try these out. And for my SUQQU eyeshadow, I picked up Signature Color Ice Eyeshadow 08. I loved the combination with that orange and teal. I think they work beautifully together. I just have to remember to keep that orange away from my eyeball when I do that video, but I love that combination. So, oh, I forgot. Also, I have this eyeshadow by Chanel. This one, number 46, the lac that I've been using right on the center of the eye. It's very versatile that way if you want to just elevate an eye look really quickly and just dot that on. I didn't get any creasing or anything with that. So I love the shade of this one and the performance has been great so far. So before we move on, I was gifted these brushes by Roen and you can see I've used them. So this is an everything powder brush. Love the shape here. I also received the blush and blend brush. And of course I used it, you can see the color on there. And then also the Everything Eye, which is really great for their eyeshadows. I forgot to mention their eyeshadows are a unique formula to Roen, so they're unlike anything else I've tried before. So again, excited to show you those in action. I picked up number 914. Oh, and I forgot. in this formula. This is the Rouge Cocoa Balm. I forgot the other one that I picked up, which now I can't remember. I'll list it below, but it's a beautiful reddish tone. It's in a bag somewhere. That's why I don't have it. So, you know, I really love it if it's already made its way into a bag because I'm using it all the time. But I have this one, 914, and then the other one I will show you. The other one is 924, Fall For Me. Those are a nice hydrating formula. I also have 2 lip shades from Chanel that I picked up here. I've got, and you know what? I mixed up the lids, so I think I may have said one incorrectly once. Sorry about that. The lighter one though is 118. I need to remember to look on the actual packaging here because it's engraved on there, 118. And I also have this one, which is 138. So those are the 2 that I have. Limited edition, you could tell because it has a star on the bottom. I also picked up the 3 Charlotte Tilbury lip shades, the limited edition from the Lunar New Year. If you have warm skin, like my mom has really warm skin, this looks really gorgeous on. It looks better on her than on me. It's the Only Muse, that one, Walk of a Star. I also picked up K-Romance. So those are the 3 I picked up from Charlotte Tilbury. So I picked up the Dior Maximizer. This is a pretty one. I think it was gone quickly from Selfridges. It's in number 8, 9, 8. I can't see that small, but it's a really pretty like punch color is how I described it. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So I like this one a lot. And then we have here the number 1, this cheek and lip balm. I've been experimenting with it and I really like it on the lips. On the cheeks, it's really pretty too. I would have an easier time with it if I didn't have hyperpigmentation in the front. Know that a little goes a long way. If you are finding it's difficult to work with, try using just a little bit because I'll put a little on my hand first and then take it and then dot it on. And I also ordered 1 lip product from SUQQU. It's the Sheer Matte Lipstick in number 12. One more thing, I also received this in the shade Alba. It's the Elixir. This is another lovely product from Roen that I will be showing you when I do the gold palette. Also, I received this by Josie Maran, Argan Apothecary, and it is their new product. It's an intensive daily repair body butter. Really nice. Someone was asking if it was like a thicker. It is more thick. I'm trying to think like what is this consistency remind me of? It reminds me of like warmed whipped butter, maybe? That's not a good description. Frosting, but not grainy. Frosting can be grainy, like in the tub. It's very smooth, but thicker, but also not sticky and not heavy. I really like it. So I've been using, actually I've kept it in here and it's really nice to just keep my hands nice and moisturized. And then we've got some eye products. We've got this Roen brow product, which I have on now. So I think it helped them look really kind of neat and tidy today. And they also sent over this Cake mascara, which I also have on now. So I have some thoughts for you about this mascara. And then this, Revisiting by Terry. I used this in the past and I remember really loving it. And when I opened it, I thought, oh yeah, I forgot about this. It's the Lash Expert Twist Brush Mascara, the one that you can twist it like this. So depending on how you want to apply, you can adjust. So yeah, so getting reacquainted with By Terry products. I think I mentioned it before. They are the first luxury beauty product that I can recall purchasing in the recent past. I mean, like in the last 10 years or so. So very happy to get reacquainted with By Terry. So thank you so much to By Terry for sending everything over. Thank you to Roen for sending everything over. I purchased all of the Dior, Charlotte Tilbury, CLE De Peau, Chanel items myself. And thank you again to Josie Maran for sending over the body butter. Some videos I've already posted, some I will be posting, some I've filmed already and haven't posted yet. But that is it for the roundup. Probably maybe the most I've spent in a month since I've started YouTube. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other. Stay well. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.